And for our application, we have 45 out of 100, which, like we said on our daily ticker, is the same thing as 45%, and it's the same thing as 45 hundredths. You can see we have 4 rows of 10. So we have 4 rows of 10, 4 rows of lines that have been cut up into 10 pieces, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 in the hundredths place value. So that's how we get 45 hundredths for the decimal. Now, when we want to simplify, there should be some things going off in your head. Now, I told you the very first thing I look for is I look for if they're both even. Well, this is not the case. They are both not even. But I do know that all the multiples of 5 end in 5 or 0. So this gives me an idea that I'm just going to keep cutting it by 5 and see where that takes me. So I know 45 divided by 5 is 9. And I know that 100 divided by 5 is 20. Now, if I'm not sure I can still simplify this, now I go to my toolbox. And my toolbox is I go through the prime numbers up to 13 just to kind of see. And I can do this mentally. Well, I know they're both not even. I can divide this by 3. I can't do that by 3. 5 I've already done. 6, no. 7, no. 11, no. And 13, no. Okay, so that gives me a really good idea that this is in simplest form. I still have this up from yesterday. But what I'm doing here is I'm cutting it up by 5. So I'm putting it in groups of 5. There's one group of 5. There's another group of 5, another group of 5, and another group of 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 20 pieces. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So I know I now have 9 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of 20. And this is the simplest form of 45 100ths. And just to make sure that I'm on the right track, I can do 9 divided by 20. That's how we figure out percents with a fraction whose denominator is not 100. When it's 100, we can automatically get a decimal and a percent. But if we have a denominator that is not 100, you can always find out what percent it is and what decimal it is. And the way you do it is you divide 9 divided by 20. So we're going to do that. 9 divided by 20. Well, 20 can't get into 9. So I have to cut 9 up into 100 pieces. Well, how do I cut up 9 into 100 pieces? Well, how did I cut up one whole party into 100? I put a decimal point in 2 places after the decimal point. This is the hundredths place value. And I've just put heroes here to hold my place markers. So now I've cut 9 holes into 100 pieces. So my decimal comes straight up. Now, how many times does 20 go into 90? Well, that would be 4 times. You see where this is going? 4 times 0 is 0, and 4 times 2 is 8. Subtract, I have 1. 10, I can't get 20 into 10, so 10 yells, help! And the next number comes down saying, I'm going to help you. And how many times does 20 go into 100? Well, you guessed it, it is 5. And that's how we have 9 over 20 is congruent with 45 hundredths, 45%, and 45 out of 100. It's just written in simplest terms. That's a pretty cool thing. We're going to do more of this, especially after we're done calendar math, and I could give you a fraction, or anybody could give you a fraction. You give you a fraction of how many boys in your family are to the number of people in your family, and you could figure out the percent just by making a fraction and then dividing the bottom into the top. And you can always cut any number into 100 by putting the 0 and your 2 decimal point. That is so neat. That is some neat math right there. I hope you have fun with this today. Just go around and figure out how much stuff's on your plate and figure out a fraction and then a percent and how many. I mean, you could go hog wild and just have fun with making up fractions that are relevant to you around your house, and then run up to your parents and say, hey, did you know that 62% of our family is, boys or girls, or, just have fun with it.